the internet to always be work. I don't want it to. I mean, I answer some questions, but I don't feel like picking up no books or nothing. I don't want to do that. I work pretty much every day. Even the days I say I'm not gonna work, even if I'm not on here, I'm doing the background stuff. So, and I've been working really, really hard lately. Yes. Sorry to disappoint y'all. Yeah, these classes been intense the last couple of days too. Last week or 2 weeks, these classes been very intense. Are we in the family way? Who? Are you not asking about my uterus, are you? You wouldn't be happening to ask about what's going on in my uterus at all, would we? Because you know, that's none of anybody's business but mine unless you playing in it. I'm too old to have kids. My tubes been tied a long time. Y'all, we gotta stop being so comfortable. Oh, it's okay. Yeah. Mm-mm. We gotta be, these are not questions I think are appropriate to ask. And I know you didn't mean to be offensive, but the internet has made people so comfortable with asking questions that, you probably would. Thank you. I appreciate you. It's crazy that people call it a show. People was like, you should have your own show. And I'd be like, I don't know, because people don't really like me that much. They don't really like me, but I would like to know if y'all learned some things. I think a lot of the people in our class today learned a lot. A lot of people have been learning. Like, I think that Onissa Forest hit some people over the head. What y'all think? To take them to that word? Because I normally always go to the same things. Oh, yeah, it's going to happen. Can't dance. But what y'all think about that? When you can take them, because people say, oh, she only preaches out of the lost books and blah, blah, blah. Actually, I don't. But I figure folks have heard those stories day in and day out. I love you too. I love you too. Oh, I've learned so much from you. I've ordered 22 books you recommended. Okay, Nikki, let me tell you. It is an obsession and it will quickly turn into do you have a spouse that can keep you on a good because we have people here that they spouses had to put them on book budgets, baby. You got a budget. Okay, make sure you letting your spouse in, because girl, listen here, honey, you will be spend all your money on books. I'm trying to tell you now. It's a thing. You said you can get in big trouble real quick. Yes, I want y'all to know that these books did not. Now, a lot of them, because the people of our community have sent me about 200 books or more, maybe 300, about 200, 200 or 300 books, probably. I did have a very good selection prior to that. No food, no money, only book money and will. Yes, baby. Russian winds. People have to be put on book budgets over here. Husbands have put their wives on book budgets, and wives have put their husbands on book budgets and have. But I want y'all to know, don't try to rush and get a whole bunch of books. Definitely go to the Goodwill half price bookstore. Most of my books I bought used because I wanted more books. I went book shopping before grocery shopping. I know, girl. I already know. Listen, listen. It is a whole different thing. If you're in South Carolina, it's a book warehouse. Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing tomorrow. I've been wanting to go somewhere that I would enjoy. And I forgot it's a book warehouse like not too far from me too, where the books be like 30 cents. Ooh, I'm gonna do that. If I don't do it tomorrow, I'm gonna do it next week. Tommy from Belly, you can't eat them books. We gonna eat them today. Listen here. Excuse me, your money go further and you can build more books when you buy them used. I encourage buy them used. Buy as many books as you can used. If you just have to buy it brand new, okay. But if you can buy it used, You can get 20, 30 extra books. The Goodwill, Salvation Army, yard sales. You know, another good place, OfferUp. When people go clean out people's houses or whatever, people don't read anymore. Oh yeah, the state sales, you can get some nice collections of books. Real nice collections for a little bit of nothing. Cause those grandkids ain't reading. They don't give a damn. They got TikTok and YouTube and all of that. Yes. Ooh. Thrift books online, aid books. There's so many different. Try to buy them used first. And I'm gonna tell y'all, all you gotta do is pray, and God will let the books find you. If you really want to know, He'll let them books find you. He will let them books find you. Do I have a book of the month? No. Listen, y'all, there's no way I could. Do you think this community is going to let me do that? I told them over a year ago, okay, we're going to chill out on the books. That's fine. You know what they did? This whole top shelf used to be filled of knickknacks, right? Now the knickknacks have had to have their own shelf. And guess what? I didn't buy those knickknacks either. So it's books over there, and they send me books by the pound, if you know what I mean. You hear me? They send in whole sections. Like our newest series is the Name My series. I think it's either over here or up there. It's here somewhere. Where's our Name My series? I think it's I put it over there. Yeah, Name My series. Part of it is over there, and then part of it is up here. Oh God. Listen, up on this side, we got the Game of Thrones series, Percy Jackson, The Hobbit, and Harry Potter, all the books. All the whole series. Oh, just at that top up there. I do love books, but I gotta have a place to put them. I gotta have a place to put them. You said now we on the other side too. Right, there's books down here. It's real crazy. But I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. It's a blessing. Ooh, hey y'all. I don't want to ignore y'all. Gotta get back at looking over here. I used to be real good at it. My attention span is getting a little crazy. Hey everybody. No, because as soon as you would tell us about a book, we all buy them up and he'll be out of stock. And did, Felicia. That's why we can't get these OTPs quickly. I know what's going on. Okay, so let me tell y'all what happens. We've been having a lot of numbers in our last classes. So even if people don't join our community, once they see something or they learn something new, they still go buy the books. So we've had a resurgence of visitors coming to the WOIU, and that's the people that be like, what's that book? What's that book? What's that book? I'm about to buy that book. I'm about to buy that book. That's why when I go to order them, it don't be none sometimes. So they sell me books they don't have. I'm telling y'all, Amazon made so much money last year off of the Old Testament pseudepigrapha, the Book of Jasher, the Book of Josephus, the Apocrypha, and that big green book. They made a lot of money. This series, y'all don't remember? They went from like $8 to $10 a book. They were selling them books like $40 a piece. Y'all don't remember the Ology series? When y'all first started getting them, they was only like $10. $10 to $12. By the time we all started buying them, they was wanting $35 a book. Remember the OTP? They raised the price, some of them up to $200. It went, when we did that book thing, they started hiking up the prices, gouging $80. What's the big green book? I said I wasn't picking up no damn book. Look at that. You tricked me. I said I wasn't picking up not a damn book today. Oh, man, you got me quick. This is the last one. I ain't picking up no more books, Jamar. Oh, I just said it ain't even been 6 minutes. Damn it. I said I wasn't picking up no books. I said I ain't picking up no books. I ain't reading nothing. 7 minutes in, nigga got me. Look at that. This is the big green book because it's bigger than me almost. 36 inches tall. But it's so much information in here. It is amazing. The lost books was 12, now it's 40. No, they didn't raise that $38. Are you serious? No. I told y'all they made millions off of our community last year. And not just our community, but all the people that's now talking about the lost books of the Bible. Ooh. Auntie, my daddy did that, didn't he? Ew. Wow. So we made the books that wasn't important very important, and now they they price gouging. All the stuff on my survival list as well, they raised the prices of everything. Who remembers me telling y'all that Amazon be in here? Walmart be in here? Do y'all remember when as soon as we would talk about something, Walmart would have a sale on it? As soon as y'all would go and buy whatever I put up here, within days, Walmart would be having it. I kept telling y'all they paying attention to our buying trends over here. I told you, I was looking at it. I was seeing it. Yeah, buddy, that's crazy. They be in here, classy lady. You know it. Because all of a sudden, Walmart was selling the lost books of the Bible. Walmart was selling the Old Testament Supergrapha. Walmart was not selling the books at first. Yes, because Barnes and Nobles too, because they have most of your books in the store now. Because they got tired of people going in there asking about them. They got tired of people going in there and asking about them. I believe it. Well, at least we made reading popular again. Real books, not on the real books. We made real books popular again. Look at that. The Lord used us to get people growing their brains again. Look at that. Look at God. Hello. Who didn't started reading more than you have read in years? Anybody? Not just reading, studying, cross-referencing. It's amazing. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. Because y'all are smart. People done bought thousands of books. Hundreds of books. It's ridiculous. And it makes me excited. It's not ridiculous. That's not the right word. No. Sometimes it is. Because some people done bought like 800 books, 700 books, 500 books. And they like, why are you buying all these books? Because I need them. Oh, thank you so much. Yes. You said, okay, time for some We Outside book lights or headlights. I'm going to work on it. I'll talk to the mod about it. Y'all know I don't be like selling nothing or nothing. I don't be doing it, but we can look up some. Joy put us on to these though. This right here is the truth, and they rechargeable. Look here, no batteries, because the other ones normally have this right here. She bought me 2 of them. My white one in my room. Best book. Look, and I got all kind of book lights and stuff in here. I got all kinds. This is the best book light I ever had, because it turns, it changes colors, right? Brightness, everything. Like, it's great, and it's rechargeable USB. Yes, baby. This is great, because you can put this in your purse. You know what I mean? And it's durable, because I done dropped it. And they got the little clear clip, so if you reading over the words, you can still see. Yes, it's on Amazon. This was the truth. Thank you, Joy. She got me 2 of them because I couldn't find the other one. It was sitting right here, too, right in my face. That's how I know my eyes ain't like they used to be. This isn't on, I don't think it's on my page. But it's a great one. You see the colors change and everything. You can change the intensity of the light. You see? So this is good. Yeah. They already did once or twice. When she sent it to me, they sold that a couple times. But this is good for if you're reading in the bed and your husband or wife don't want that big light on. You can just focus it right on the part and turn it so it's just focused right on what you're reading. Now and then you can turn down the intensity if they can't sleep with light. You know what I mean? So if you don't want it to be real bright, you can turn it up or down. So I love these. Yes, they are great. It's called a glucosent, a glucosent or something. Keep the light bill down and do. And it recharges. You can stick it in any charger that's USB and charge it. Yeah. I mean, and it fits in your pocket. So if you like, I like to read in the morning while I'm drinking my coffee. So I can slide this in my pocket along with my pens and my light. Well, my lighter and my other stuff, my pens, my lighter, and everything else I need, and put it right in there. I meant to say something else, but you know, my meds. Everything can fit in the pocket. Everything. Into. Mm-hmm. Y'all know I have to have my medicine. Mm-hmm. Do y'all think I could sit here all this time and not? Hell, I need to be trying to have it now. If I had a house, I have a room close to here, right, close to here, that was connected so I could run in and out, but there cannot ever be any of that in here because my books. Okay, so tell me something you learned in the last week. I wanna know what y'all are learning or what blows your mind. Even if you've been here a long time and you learn something new, y'all know I'm always asking what you learning. We doing the what you learned this week, last week. Even if it's not here, if you just learned something, you studied something, you found out some information. Noah's birth. Good job. That makes me excited. That's mind blowing story too. Enoch was an inventor. Good job. Seth wrote the very first book. Good job and did. Good and did. What y'all got? So I downloaded the PDF of the lost books with old maps, and oh my God, the rabbit hole got deeper. It do. Listen, the book of Adam and Eve and Enoch. Good job. Besides God putting our business on projectors, Jesus, Enoch is Metatron. Abraham was a friend of God. I'm still stuck on the judgment day. Come on, Tiana. Oh, Tawana. I'm sorry, Tawana. Come on. Been reading about symbology. So educational and eye-opening on some of the first common signs we see. Yes. Nobody had it first. Good job. Everyone is gonna see all our business. That's really getting to y'all, ain't it? I learned that Jesus and John are actually cousins. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. The muscle memory is mind blow. Girl, I've been thinking about that. Ooh, what? I'm reading Testament of the 12 Patriarchs, opening up some of my friends. Ooh. Oh, I told y'all, if you got any friend issues, family issues, that 12 Patriarchs gonna bust your head. How many times the whole word was used? Come on now. God not playing lukewarm at all. And I've been paying more attention to symbols and medicine. Come on. It makes me excited. The Giants. Good job. Who Job's daughter was married to. Okay. Okay. Pretty cool. You didn't know that there were black people, black Chinese people in history. They were the first Chinese people. Unlearned that Adam and Eve had 5 kids and Enoch was Cain's son. Okay. I was just telling my son and girlfriend about the muscle memory. Did it break her down? She said, what, mama? What? Baruch still got me bleeding in the head, I'm telling you. Our class has me reviewing these movies. The sigils pop off the screen and do. Witchcraft is everywhere and is. 63, yes. I was so intrigued learning about the tree of life. I rested in the Lord today to de-stress and progress. Okay. Yes, yes, they were the Chinese samurais. You're right. Cain and Abel had twin sisters. Yes. How Satan transformed into a man and propositioned Adam and said Eve wasn't made for you. That's a mind-blowing story, ain't it? Blew my mind that the priest was dirty, was in the books long. Oh, the priest dirt was in the books, and they tried to hide the secrets. Trying to tell y'all, God is bigger than 66 books and is. Our sins will be projected on live stream and will. The Catholic Church is practicing witchcraft and do the Oreo cookies. Come on now, Oreos and Oreos. Ooh, I found the listening to music and praying not to give power to the schedules, and it was so much better. Okay, my husband got the tree of life. Doesn't even watch. Wow, that's interesting. Your ties to the board and not to the church. Come on now. I watch Kiss the Girls. Ain't it a good movie? It's a really good. It make you think about a lot of stuff, don't it? That's what we do. And we'll me and my son are talking about most of it now. He's going to tell. Come on, he's going to tell. Listen, y'all telling y'all kids about that now. Y'all like, baby, come here. Let me talk to you. I know you. And I was taken to heaven. Let me see. I was taken to heaven, and lots of people knew about coming to Jesus. Okay, okay. The second and fifth heaven are jails. On the muscle Mary, your muscles is gonna tell on you. All the skin that you hear with your body, God is going to go into the sinews in between your bone and muscle and pull all the skin up out of there. Whatever you thought you was hiding. The Bible ball only. Oh yeah. They tell you that I'm breaking up bad. Really? Already? Oh Jesus. Let me see. It ain't even open. They already playing. I learned my neck can hurt. Come on. Sucks. I don't know y'all. They playing. Earlier it was here, now it's over here. You know how they be. I just say go out and come back. I don't know. What about the muscle memory? Your muscles is gonna tell on you. Period. We used to be happy about muscle memory, but that's literally where that's gonna go came from because your muscles is gonna remember and think about what you use your muscles for. Your eyes is a muscle. So anything that you do that God is not pleased with, your eyes will remember your eyes. Your ears, your drum, that hammer is connected to the muscle. So if you sit and you listening to gossip and you don't tell them to stop, then the muscles in your ear is gonna remember that. Your tongue is a muscle. You say stuff you ain't supposed to say. God said I'm literally going down in the mode. So you bring the sin down. You say, how can you regret it? We can't. Just ask God to forgive you and stop doing it. Repentance is don't do it anymore. I'll make you shine because I'm a son worshiper. Nothing can live without the sun. We don't shun people here unless they be talking crazy. You come over here and learn. It's fine. We don't we have people used to worship here. Some of them still do. And they still come over here and learn. We don't shun people unless they be trying to get on. You're more than welcome to stay, honey. You are more than welcome to stay. Just remember everything started in the dark first though. It was already growing before the sun came. Because everything started in the dark. And the sunlight don't be down there. But that's where seeds start to grow and everything else that we see, even you, started in the dark. And until you came to the light, you were still living. You was created in a dark place. A light spark started just to growing, but you was in the dark for 9 months, and you was still alive. Hercules' daughter was married to Abraham's granddaughter and was. Okay. giant was the reason the earth was flooded. Trishana, don't that just change your whole... Who feels like you wish you would have known all of this about the Bible later, and these books do fill in the gaps? Anybody feel like that? That these books do fill in the gaps for you, and they make the Bible make so much more sense? That was the first time I've ever... Wow. The Bible said that the night came first and then the day. It says that in Genesis. The night was created first and then the day. That was the end of the first day. The night was first and then the day. How do our days start? What is 12 midnight? 12:01 midnight is the start of what? Why doesn't it start when the sun is up? Right. So our day actually starts in the middle of the night when it's dark. Midnight is the start of a new day. 12:01, it's now a new day, even though it's still dark outside. So the night technically was the first, and then the day, which is exactly how it still happens now. Because it's a new day, but it's not light yet. Yeah, yeah. You was born in 12:03. So you were born when it was dark, but you were born in the beginning of the day. Mm-hmm. Isn't that cool? Yeah. All right. Question. Was the second day in the Bible when they started naming the days of the week? Oh, I can't think. I don't know right now, baby. But you know, you can go and look in the Bible. I ain't gonna lie to you. That one, I ain't on point with just about right now. The witching hour does start at 12. But, okay, listen. God wants you to give him the first of everything. He says, give you the first of his day. Right? Right? God wants the first of your day. Right? The first fruits of everything. Your day, your kids, your everything. Right? So, if 12 to 3, because 3 o'clock is actually the ninth hour of the night. Jesus was crucified at 3 o'clock, which was the ninth hour of the day. Right? 9 is divine intervention. That's what the number 9 means, divine. Well, what I've been taught that it means and what I've studied, 9 means divine intervention. So if that's the case, it's not a coincidence that Jesus was killed in the ninth hour of the day, which is 3 o'clock. And then the Satanists worship in the first. Okay, we should do it. Anybody got their book? Okay. I said I wasn't going to do this. I said I was not going to read anything. I said that. I said it 26 minutes ago. But I'm going to do it. So just give me one moment. God dang it. I can't help it. I cannot help it. Oh my God. I'll be right back. Give me a minute. I got to make coffee. I was just going to come. I said I was not going to read nothing. But then you ask a question and I know what the answer is. So I can't just sit on it. Hold on, y'all. I need to refill all my buttons. Y'all, I definitely drink 2 gallons of liquid a day because I have to refill that water thing every single day. Every day I have to refill it. And that was 2.5 gallons of water. The second day would be the beginning of the second night in the Bible. I just thought about it. I don't know if that's the day that they started naming it, but ooh, my face. I think they are putting something in the water. Is anybody else's skin dry and it ain't been cold here? At first I think they putting something in the water, y'all. Because my skin, I'm breaking out in all these little like hives on my face, on my arms. They putting something in the water, man. I do drink a lot of coffee, but I've been drinking a lot of coffee for years. I do that for my lupus, so I don't got to take no medicine. Your skin is drier than normal too? Okay, I'm not tripping it. Because my stuff been, and I drink a lot of liquid. My skin should not be dry. I said they can put something in this water. They didn't put something in this water. Y'all better tell me if I got a little buddy. I feel it. I'm going to have to go to the bathroom here in a minute because I ain't going to be able to stay with that. I had to blow my nose. Or the air. Right. But I don't really go outside that much. Well, they already told us that the water is bad. And didn't. Nope, I sure didn't fix that lash. It's still crooked from this morning. Yes. And you have to use Vaseline gel too. Yeah, there's something going on. So we was talking about the first day and the first night. So in your, y'all got y'all books, or I don't know where to find this. Yes, I do. So who doesn't have a book but you want to read along with us? Is there anybody here that doesn't have a book? Okay. So if you type in Sacred Text, the Testament of Adam. Okay, because I want y'all to read this. But I think it's called or no, type in Sacred Text at Hours of the Day. Type in Sacred Text in your search bar, sacredtext.com, the Hours of the Day. And it should come right up to what we getting ready to read, because that's what we going to read, this, the Hours of the Day. And then we going to read some of Jesus stuff. So we going to read the Hours of the Day. It should take you right to this, which is the Testament of our father Adam. If it don't, let me know. Book 1. Yeah. If you got the book, no. If you have the book, why are y'all not going to search so you can get to know your book instead of cheating and asking for the page every time? You have a whole table of contents. I said we in the Testament of Adam. Go searching. We about to not be telling people the page. We gonna tell them the book unless we at a specific thing. I just thought about that. Y'all acting like we at church. We is not at church. If you got a table of contents, I'm going to need you to use it. We is not doing spoon-fed people over here. We just seekers and finders, honey. You can give me a part of it, nigga. If I can Google it, I'm going to find it. Oh, no, that's not it. Okay, let me find it real quick. Why my daughter said, we don't know what device to call you on. Just try all of them. Because I've been turning off the ringers because I just be tired of hearing ding, 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 ding. And it's coming from every room. So everything, all my phones, they be on silent. So if you call me on the iPhone or the iPad and you don't reach me, then you call me on my other number and I don't answer. You just call the other one. Call me till you get me. Call me till you get me. You hear me? That's what I'm going to say. Mm-hmm. Call me till you get me, because I be trying to disconnect. Whew, okay. Type in the Testament of Adam and see if that comes up. I'm about to see. Sacred text, Testament of Adam. Let me see. I used to know exactly, but y'all, I be reading so much. We don't want the Testament of Adam and Eve. I want to say it was the hours of the day. See, that's bringing up the wrong thing. Give me a second, y'all. Because when I used to find it, I would type in the hours of the day, sacred text, and it would come up. But that might be it. Just let me hold on. That ain't it. What website did I read that on? It's not. This is not it. Uh-uh. Is it days and hours? Is that what it's listed under? Because it's not this. This is not it. That's not it. Hold on. It's on there. I just can't remember what it's listed under. They have a PDF of it. If you type in Testament of Ademai, put an I on the end, I think it comes up. You typed in sacred text, days and hours. Yes, but this is not what. That's not the one that says the key. No, that's not it. I just told y'all. The Key of Solomon is not the one I want you to read. The Key of Solomon is a spell book. That's not what I want you to read. I just said that. The Key of Solomon is not what I want you to read. I do not want you to read that. That's not what I want you to read. I just said that. Don't read that. I just said, no, that's not it. I said, hold on. Calm down. Just give me a minute and let me find it. Give me a second. I love y'all. Okay. It's the Testament of Ademai. So just add an I. So put no. Okay, let me tell y'all something. To much whom is given, much is what? To whom much is given, much is what? Required. Do y'all know that every single person? See, what people don't know is I take so seriously. So there's books that I have here that people like, tell me the name of the book. No. Because I know what happens if you lead people away from God. Now, a lot of these pastors don't know. But I can literally tell you the punishment for people. Two punishments. The people that start showing people strange things. And the punishment for people that lead God away from God, baby. I don't want either one of those. So when I ask you, if I say no, it ain't because I'm trying to gatekeep. It's because I'm not going to be responsible. No. And you can huff and puff all you want to. No. I will not be responsible for that. No. Because I care about y'all souls. So when I say, hey, I'm going to show you something, but I'm not going to tell you what book this is in. It's not to gatekeep. It's because you might not be strong enough. Like I keep telling people, I've been studying for over a decade. And I'm going to be honest. I done had some people come at me crazy. Like, oh, you ain't the only one. Hold up. Stop. Because I care. So I don't throw you information that I know could cause you to lose your soul. You might want to think about that. I'm trying to help you understand everything so you can actually look at everything that come your way and assess it right. And I just had to tell somebody this. Where your spiritual maturity is, it might not be where mine is. So just like I'm not going to hand a baby a steak knife and let them run around with it, or give them something sharp, metal, and let them put it in a socket, I'm not going to do that with you spiritually. Understand? This is why we go through every word of what we read in. And this is why I ask you, do you understand? And this is why I take you and I show you. I'm not trying to talk over nobody's head. I want y'all to enjoy the word as much as I do. But I understand that there's some things that I have to share in parts and pieces. Because we got babes in Christ in here. I don't care if you've been walking with God for 30 years. If you just went to church, you a babe in Christ. If you didn't ever learn to really study God's word and got to know him, you a babe in Christ. And I understand, because couldn't nobody tell me. And then God tell me, nah, you still on the milk. So there was certain stuff that he had me by the books. I didn't get to crack them open until right before I met y'all. Maybe a year or two. Because he had to give me the base of my foundation for study, so that when I dealt with people, it didn't matter if they called me crazy. I could pull the books out. Boom. Boom. Here it is. What about that? Oh, it's not only in one place, it's in two. But I had to sit down and learn that. You know? I had to sit down and understand. So I love y'all, whether y'all think I do or not. And I want y'all to know, but I definitely don't want to give y'all any information that's going to cause you to go away from Christ, honey. That's not my job. And I don't want that blood on my hands. I do not want it. Y'all got families. Because whatever happened to you, your kids is affected by that. I understand the generational things that you can send a shockwave out if you don't. Wisdom wins souls. Not repetitive scripture, wisdom. That's why people can't understand why when they come over here and I'm turning up, and like I said, it's people that came here for the turn up, baby, but now they reading the Bible 13 hours a day. They getting married, their kids is getting baptized, they not stealing no more, they coming off drugs. It's a lot of stuff that's happening. They came over here kicking it, but they left a WOIUer. You hear me? They left a WOIUer. And now they studying the word and studying medicine and studying history and studying science and studying astrology and astronomy. And now they too busy to be worried about riffraff, building things and planting gardens and not being mad all day. Stressed out. Something's happening. So again, this is what I need you to be looking for. Uh-oh. Y'all see it? This is what I want you to find. This. You said, am I spying on your journey? No. But it's going to be some weird stuff that happen around here. That's what I want y'all to be reading. Yeah. Not that other. Ooh, my face. Ugh. It is something in this water, I'm telling you. Because I'm still doing my same everything. And it's like my face and my arms. I don't know what the heck. It's like little bitty. And I don't know. It's weird. I'm gonna wait till everybody get on, cause I see some new people come, or not new, but everybody's coming in. Yeah, it's some going in there. Well, they already told us that 50% of the water is contaminated, which really mean 80 to 90, 100%. So it makes sense because they just said that a couple months ago, and it take a little while for them to go and do their thing. But it's like these hives. It's weird. I filter my water. I don't just drink it out the thing. I filter it. We got filters. It's filtered a couple. It only became demonic because people started to worship it. God made astrology, but then the devil started using it to predict the future, which tries to cut God out the picture so you don't have to talk to him. So God made astrology, but the devil uses everything that God made for the wrong reasons. Because then you don't have to go to God when you go to a psychic. You don't have to go to God when you read a horoscope. You start to depend on that to tell you what's going to happen in your life instead of the person or the being that gave it to you. You know, and he'd be a little irritated with the fact that you will put more into creation than the creator, and that's what got the first world drowned up. We just don't learn. We just do not learn. We don't learn. We don't learn. We just keep repeating the same things our forefathers did, and so God have to keep hitting the reset button. It is what it is. I'm reading the book of Enoch. What should I read next? Whatever your heart desires. This is not church. This is when you learn what God have to say to you. This is how you learn. Because once you start opening up these books and exactly what's going on in your life, or he'll take you to a story and it's going to be a name or whatever in there is relevant, then you going to know what he wants you to read. Because I can't tell you. I don't know what you about to go through in your life or what he want to talk to you about. That's why you got the books. Wherever your eyes open to, you read that. And get your book out and get your other tablet and Google every word and let him talk to you. And if the tears flow, let them come. Because it's speaking to your spirit when that happens. Anytime you read one of these biblical stories and you start to get emotional and tears start to run down your face and you just reading a biblical story, that's feeding your spirit. It's feeding your spirit. Your spirit is getting fed. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you get emotional when you read stuff, it's for a reason. Do not stop those tears. That's how you feed your spirit. And that's how you start to know when God takes you to something that it's for your spirit. That's how your spirit is fed. We feed our flesh all the time, but our spirit be hungry. And if you've started to feel lighter, feel like you got more energy, feel like things just make sense, you can think more clear, that's because you're feeding your spirit. And not that you're not feeding your flesh, but you're not only feeding your flesh. Okay, and I say that because we would get Tuesday, Boston Market Church. Thursday, McDonald's for Bible study. Quiet practice. And then Sunday morning and Sunday night, we might go to Golden Corral and eat. But for the rest of the week, we're not eating nothing. So who wouldn't say the only time they picked their Bible up really before is when you was going to church? And you would say you was going to study the word and then you probably didn't. So then how many days a week was your spirit eating compared to how many days your body was being fed? I've been getting back to the basic method. Come on now. No, for real. How many days was your spirit eating? Yes, nurse babe. It opens you up to demonic possession. Only on Sunday. When I say soul, that's what I'm talking about. Soul, spirit. The Holy Spirit is the extra spirit in you. Your soul. You're feeding your soul, your spirit. I just clump them together. But for real, how many days was you eating? How many days did you sit and actually study, or did you just? I went to church on Tuesday. I went to church on Thursday. I watched on Wednesday. That's it. That's all I got. Too busy reading naughty novels. I love you, Isabel. She said, my mom, I was feeding my spirit something else. I was feeding my spirit something else. Lord Jesus. Mm-mm. Anybody? Hey, y'all. Verse 22, he sits in a circle on the earth, and the inhabitants are grasshopper. Jeremiah, is there anything difficult for me? That's right. Which Bible is the best to get? I would get the easy read version, or like an easy read in the NIV. There is no best. So let me tell you, in this, if you're new to this kind of study, even if you've been here a year, take that thought of the best out, because it's all the best if it's going to get you to the real answer. Because I have several different versions of the Bible because they say different things. Some Bibles have more books, some Bibles have it. It just depends on who interpreted or who translated it. And that's why I tell y'all, I might have this, like I got the Book of the Giants in like 4 different books in here. It's in my Dead Sea Scrolls. Part of it is in this book that we got here. It's in this book, the actual book, and then it's several places. But those things should start to match up. Like, you would think that this was a little kid, and then we gonna get on it. You would think that this was a little kid book, right? But they always tell the kids the truth because they know kids gonna believe it. Kids gonna say names and everything, so they do this, right? This is a simple book. And you would think, oh, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But right here, I'm not gonna pick up more than 20 books today. I'm not gonna do it. Dang it! I promise y'all get me every freaking time. What's that say? Well, where did they tell us these people really were? Who remembers me telling you they might have traveled there, right? And been there over time. But they started in Ur. They were the Nephilim, right? And then we have this lovely book. And what's it talking about? Norse giants. But look where it said they lived. In Erd, the Nephilim. Really. Really. Now, they could have went over there and named it that, and they were conquering, so I get it. But that's not where they started, was it, family? That's not where they started, was it? I keep telling y'all, they keep trying to tell y'all the cold places is the hot, like the ice wall. But I said, if you look at where these people was made at, then the land of Hercules cannot be in a cold place, because he was an ancient Mesopotamian warrior and he married Abraham's granddaughter. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. No sense. Is it in the book of the Cave of Treasures? No. This, if you just type this in, screenshot this and type this in, and it's going to come up. Sacred text and this exact thing. I don't think anything about the ice wall is so far as thieves always point you away from the direction of your Now, back to the hours of the day. Could be the ice wall referred to in the Game of Thrones. Listen, who remembers me no. Yes, but no. Because you gotta, yes, but no. But it's not the way they're telling you. Because how did Og of Bashan hire the dragon siblings from the east to come and fight in ancient Mesopotamia? Og of Bashan hired those same people from Game of Thrones. I don't know where that copy is, and I'm not going to get it right now. We're going to do the hours of the day. I don't want to, no. Og hired them, the white hair, blue-eyed dragon siblings. He hired them. If I got to get up and get it or not, y'all. And I pick up, oh, there's one. Okay, because if I had to go back to that shelf, I wasn't about to do it. And I don't have to. There go y'all, Game of Thrones wars, the giants of the 100,000 giant war, and Nimrod was in it. You see that? King Nimrod here. And then Og. You see that? They're the Rephaim. If you look in your Bible, it talks about the sons of Rapha, the sons of Anak, the Girgashites, the Zumins, and all of the extra people that kept fighting against Israel. And the reason being is because their fathers were the children of the angels. That's just why. There go you Game of Thrones people. Now, this is the lost book of King Og. Only written words of the Rephaim that's mentioned in several books in your Bible. And who did he hire? The dragon siblings with white hair and blue eyes entered the 100,000 giant war from the east. The dragon siblings that told of a wealthy city in the sky. The dragon siblings who worshipped. Oh. I told y'all, if God got to get you to watch the Bible, he don't care. You still gonna get it. Ain't nobody gonna be able to say they left here and didn't hear the word of the Lord. And we know that this was a real king in the Bible. And he hired the dragon siblings. Well, that would make sense because the angels went into the reptiles and made giant lizards. They practiced miscegenation. They made minotaurs and centaurs and fish folks and bird folks and all kind of things. In the 7th generation from Adam, or basically the 8th generation from Adam, in the days of Jared, that's why the earth had to be flooded. I'm going to show you something too. I meant to do this. I didn't mean to put that back. This is supposed to be folklore, but who remembers me telling you that they always reverse the color? Now, why would they put giants of the Mediterranean over? Why would they do this? Why would they put giants of the Mediterranean right over the Roman soldiers? Why would they do that? Tell me. You remember? Who remembers? Why did they do this? Guess who else was a giant? A dweller on the mountain was the giant son of the sea god Poseidon. Now, let me go over here and get my big green book because I just want to see. Because they have the Greek soldiers that I told y'all was black. And I said anytime they want to reverse the image, it's going to look like that. Because this is what they really look like. This skin color, this was not paint. But they always reverse it, but they be telling you without telling you, because they said giants of the Mediterranean while showing you a Roman soldier, right? A Titan. But look here, I'm going to show you how they get you. Right here in this big old green book that I said I wasn't going to pick up no more. They saying the exact same thing in that book that they just said in this one over here. That I've been showing y'all every day for like the last 2 years. Look here, what's this say there? Right there. It says, instead of the Chaldeic, the Greek names of the kings of Babylon and Assyria are herein given as they are most found and commonly used. Right there. So you see how they got the Greek? Right? But look what it say. Instead of the Chaldeic, the Greek names of the kings of who? Babylon and Assyria are herein given as they are most commonly found and used. So anytime you see anything about the Greek kings, it's really the names of the Chaldeans or the Babylonians and the Assyrians. So anytime you see Juno, Jupiter, Neptune, Vulcan, any of those names is really telling you about the men that were in ancient Mesopotamia or the ancient Mediterranean. And see how they just always slide that in together? And they change the color of the people, I promise. And look, giants of the ancient Mediterranean. Well, that's ancient Mesopotamia. And I got this book that tells me anytime I see anything about the Greek, it's really about the Assyrian and Babylonian kings. Now, that makes perfect sense to me because the Bible says that before anybody had left out of Africa, in the 7th generation from Adam, it was some angels that came down and said, I'm going to go on and make her my wife because that booty is fat. And that's exactly what they did. And they made 450-foot tall people, the Titans. And then if you go and you read in Enoch, chapter 10, you will see, that 4 angels, Michael, Uriel, and 2 other angels, for real, went to God and said, what's up? What you want us to do? They done made these kids. This is, if you read the Bible, you will start to see the famines really didn't start happening until after they was born. That's because their appetites was insatiable. They was eating everything. This is when all of the famines started. Boom, 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 boom. This is when the war started. That's why I said you gotta, if you put the pieces together, it'll all make sense. They started doing magic, so the earth started being cursed even more than it was before. Because the angels came down and it was magic everywhere. It was witches and warlocks. Solomon is the original Lord of the Rings. So if that tells you anything. Literally, Solomon is the original Lord of the Rings. God gave him a ring to control the demons because they was, Mastima and them was killing everything, walking, running. No, for real. Why are you laughing? You think I'm joking? It's real. I can show you. They don't get this from nowhere. Just flip a couple pages back. So you see I'm in this right here. Now watch. Boom. Now I'm right there. You see it? For real. Solomon was the original Lord of the Rings. I'm going to show you here. Right in this book. What's that say? It says, the testament of Solomon, son of David, who reigned in Jerusalem and subdued all the spirits of the air, of the earth, and under the earth. And through them he also accomplished what? All the magnificent works of the temple. Who knew that God forced demons to help build the temple? He said, I'm going to use you guys for my service just to show you I control everybody and everything. What happens here? Through the archangel Michael, the Lord grants Solomon the magical ring, which gives Solomon the power over demons. Oh, that would be the Lord of the Rings. And didn't the Lord of the Rings control whoever had it, controlled all the Well, nothing's original. They stole it and they sell y'all the stories like they came up with them, but they didn't. They read ancient manuscripts. There's that. Now, hours of the day. Yeah. If y'all ain't noticed, all the stay around a while or go back over on YouTube, you'll see it. They be just selling us stuff, and they just went and got the ancient manuscripts. That was it. How can I show y'all something that was written in the days of King Og, and it tells us exactly what was going on in Game of Thrones? Something's fishy here. Describes them to a T. That he hired them. And he sent out a thing into all the world, to all the giants. And they came from everywhere. Isn't that what was going on in Game of Thrones? And mind you, this happened right before the flood. And they said it was dragons back in the day. It was. And they coming back. And it is, because God said that. They was hidden in the earth for a long time, but they coming back to help destroy the earth again. This is biblical. So if that big green book that was written by not African American or people of color says that anytime that you see the names of Greek people, Norse mythology, any of that, it's really the stories about the Assyrian and Babylonian kings. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all, I don't know everything. I don't know. I don't know. You couldn't have been. Because the witches were already conjuring. Yeah. Writers say something comes over them. It's in this book right here. It tell you. Real quick, let me ask you a question. Well, I'm just going to tell y'all. We already did the research. So, writers, this is the award they get. Okay, so screenshot this word right here. Please. Codex Giganticum. Screenshot that. Magister and scribe. You see this? So it's called The Secret History of the Giants. And in real little letters it says, or the Codex Giganticum. Can you please go look up the pictures of this online? Not this book, but that word, Codex Giganticum, and show me what you see. Tell me what you see, I'm sorry. Go look up Codex Giganticum and tell me what comes up. Please. Nothing in Latin came up? No Latin documents? Do y'all always just look at the first thing, or do you guys like scroll and look for a couple images? All right, screenshot this real quick. You guys can read this on your own, please. That's the award that the people that write all of our great movies get. Not the Codex Gigas, the Codex Giganticum. Not the Codex Gigas. You might have to do a little bit more searching. Not the Codex Gigas, the Codex Giganticum. It's a different book. That's a giant book, but that's not the one. It should have took you to the Book of the Giants. Do I have the Wars of the Lord? I don't know. I don't know. The Secret History of the Giants. Okay. I don't know. Who went and watched The Ninth Gate? Did anybody go watch The Ninth Gate? Then we're going to read these hours of the day. Do you guys understand why I don't have a book list now? Yes, a movie. That's why I don't got no book list. You still on 30 coins? Mm-mm. The Ninth Gate was weird? Really? Oh, she gets on my nerves. I ain't even went and watched no shows in like 2 weeks. It says Codex Amonantus was one out of 3 giant single volume Bibles. Okay. You saw it years ago and didn't understand it. Well, if you've been studying with this a while, you might want to go back and watch it. And then I'm going to show you a book. I said I was going to do this. Here we go, girl. You always talk about what you ain't going to do. This why you shouldn't say what you ain't going to do. Every single airport where you're going somewhere has one of freaking these. I just realized. Y'all know what movie I'm thinking about? The show where the people get on the plane and they be lost. And then they come back and it's 20 years later, but they was gone somewhere and it was only 2 days. That's the birth canal. It says that's support. But look, there go our airport and our... Oh my goodness. It's a transported by words in a book. You always wonder why they... Ain't this what our rims look like in our merry-go-rounds? And they always make what's the names look like this too, UFOs. Now what's crazy with this is this looks like how the African cities used to be built. Don't this look how when you go into indigenous African cities, this is how they cities was built. Some of them still built like this right now. And you see Africans ascending in mist into the heavens. They got meteors just dropping over there. The Cherokee medicine wheels. Y'all, okay. I'm just saying. All right, let's go on and read these. Yeah, but what other people think aliens are, I don't think aliens are. What they just told y'all is an alien, I just understand that just means you not from here. That's fallen angels. Or regular angels. And the beings that they created are still here in like the West Virginia mountains and stuff like that. That new daughter make you think about life. Well, what's his name? Kevin Costner? Is his name Kevin? His name ain't Kevin Costner. What's his name? That show. Yeah, y'all know what be going up in them hills of South Carolina and all them places. Y'all know about them monsters up in there. We know y'all know. Y'all just don't. That's why everybody crazy. You better run. Who's out there? Mama? Go get the gun. Mama, hurry up. I heard something and the dogs are barking. Hurry up. No, Daddy, go around the back. Make sure nothing's coming over there. It might just be a Bigfoot. Go around. Jimmy, get on your post. Sorry, I love y'all. Listen here. Go down to Mama's house and get the damn bullets. Don't be scared. We got you. We're watching your back. Run real fast. Hurry up and go down to Mama's and get the... Mama's going to be waiting. She's going to throw them at you. Then you run right back down here. Hurry up, Jimmy. Listen, I know. Yes. I love y'all. I got country family. I know how this goes, honey. That's what I'm talking about. The Appalachian Mountains all up and through there. Hold on. That's not the Ohio Valley. Excuse me. That's not the Ohio Valley, all of it. But the Indians ran them into the mountains a lot of times. And they were called the mound builders and the mountain builders. You hear me? They been here before we got here. Folks be playing. Acting like... Because you have to... Some people believe the scientists. Yeah, some people believe the scientists. So then they just can't believe that. Because if you think you came out of primordial ooze, then, you can't fathom that there was higher technology maybe than... I didn't come out of primordial ooze. That ain't what I came out of. Now, if you think about it, no, I'm gonna leave it. You said it's definitely Bigfoot here in South Carolina. Come on, and is. Maybe who did? Oh, I know. I went to Tennessee for the first time, and my son and Armad's mother, Armad's wife's mother, heard the same thing at the same time, and we had our own cabin, and their cabin was right next to ours. She thought it was her husband, and my son thought it was a bear, and they was up at the same time, but we stayed in two different cabins. I was asleep. Yep. Ozarks. Yeah, I know. I got family. Listen, I'm telling y'all. Tartarian what? Good night, y'all. Hold on. Ooh. I need to put some water in this diffuser. It's crazy that you have to keep putting moisture in the air, because if you don't, I wake up and my nasal passages just be dry, my throat is dry. It's ridiculous. It's like they're trying to kill us. Winter ain't even got started yet, and I'm already having all of these allergies. In all my old classes, I do. You do realize that's why I went viral. They was digging them giants out of the mud. That's the video that took us to where we was, you know. Your baby is having, yeah, my son called me. He got a sinus infection, and then my daughter, my two daughters that live together with my granddaughter, I think they had something. I think my daughter said my grandson might have had some too. Excuse me. The Old Testament pseudepigrapha? I got that on Amazon. I keep blowing my nose. Me too. Okay. They kicking up a lot in the air. Okay, because like this and just, you sick now too, and you haven't been sick in a long time. I know. I'm like, I woke up. I've been flip-flopping in my bed, like hot, cold. Like, it's weird. That's probably what all that rain was about. Hey, mama. Something's going. You ain't lying. I went outside the other day and was on the phone with my cousin, and I took a picture. It was so many freaking chemtrails. That was about 3 days ago. God dang it. Sure was. I took a picture. It was everywhere right here. Oh man, they got us. And I was literally outside. I didn't hear no planes, but I just seen, and they was zigzagging everywhere. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Nope. I forgot 3 days ago, and I was sitting outside on the porch. There's a lot of mold spores in the air too. Okay. Okay. You keep getting nosebleeds, that part. Yep. Yep. The rain brought it to the ground. Oh, pretty cool. Excuse me. Pretty cool. She got her Old Testament supergrapher. Come on in. Come on in. All right, y'all. Come on. Let's read this Testament of Adam. I want us to get these hours of the days out. Are we ready? Okay, here we go. It's a quick read, too. I'm going to read it. I guess I can read it out of here. I don't know. It reads a little different from the book, y'all, so just bear with me, I think. I can't remember if they read the same. Okay, I'm going to read it out the book because it reads a little different from the... It's a simplified version in the book. Because the one on the online still has like the King's English type stuff on it. So I'm going to read this one. It's just easier to understand. All right. Okay. Just do it over here, girl. All right. So it says, the first hour of the night is the praise of the demons. The first hour of the night is the praise of the demons. And at that hour they do not injure or harm any human being. The second hour is the praise of the doves. The third hour is the praise of the fish and of the fire and of all of the lower depths. The fourth hour is the holy, holy, holy praise of the seraphim. And so I used to hear before I sinned the sound of their wings in paradise, when the seraphim would beat with them to the sound of their triple praise. But after I transgressed against the law, I no longer heard that sound. Wow. Oh, wow. Now I know this, but I'm about to show y'all. You about the Book of the Giants. Good job. I said I wasn't going to do this. It says they're triple praise, the seraphim, right? They have 3 sets of wings. So this is their triple praise because they beat their wings and they have 3 sets. They have a set that they fly with on their back, a set that covers their face, and a set that covers their feet, because they fly in front of God all the time. And you got to have your face covered when you in front of God. The angels do. So when they were beating their wings, and he says times 3, it's 3 times, it's because they have 3 sets of wings. And you see, it kind of has like a human-like form. Now, what do we see that's very familiar in this picture, that we see in a lot of ancient worship? What do y'all see? The sun. And if a third of the seraphim, hear me out now, if a third of the seraphim fell with Lucifer, and I told y'all that the fallen angels' children were the gods and goddesses of old. And the Egyptians always what page for what? So this is the fun. Sennacherib, cherubim, Sennacherib, or however you say his name. The cherubs. I don't think so. Not in this one. It shows the wheel within the wheels, and this isn't a book just about angels. It just has different scriptures in there, and it shows you what they look like. I don't think the cherubims are in here. It has the flaming sword, Nephilim, merfolk, Balaam's donkey, a phoenix, behemoths, and whatnot. Does that make a lot of sense? Or no? Okay. You gotta look because they put it right in front of your face. You just gotta open your eyes. That's all. Just open your eyes up a little bit wider. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't want to be included with the We Were Flying people because they got destroyed. They were bastards and reprobates. So I don't know if you want to be. I'm not identifying. I don't identify with any of the Nephilim. I don't identify with nothing that got to do with them. Mm-mm-mm. I don't want no parts of that because when they punishment come, I don't want no parts of that. No, a phoenix is not an angel. I told y'all that the only thing in heaven is not angels, it's other beings there. He could just fly. Do Superman got wings? He was a spirit. Spirits don't need to walk. This made us flesh and bone. That's why when we die, our spirit leaves. And it flies away and it don't be here. That's why he didn't even know he was walking. But when the angels went into the women, that's where the flying beings came from. Some of them had wings. Some of them, you welcome. Some of them didn't. How many times have people died or been like in a tragic accident and they said, I floated above my body? I was watching everything that was going on. I was watching them work on me. I was watching this. I saw you run up to the car. I saw mama back there yelling. And y'all like, what? How did you see that? And they said I floated above my body. I was in the air. I could see everything from an aerial view. Well, how did that happen? If they working on you trying to bring you back to life and you didn't code it, but you can see every single thing and then something happens and you back in your body and you wake up. Because how do they tell you everything that happened if on our side they've coded? If they coded on this side, but when they come back and bring them back, they can tell you every single where the trucks was placed, who said what, but they coded on the scene, but they can tell you everything that happened when they came back to their body. How does that happen? And they always say they was up in the air. They didn't have no wings. Yeah, I woke up with crusty lips even though I put Vaseline on that part and do. Mouth be dry. I thought it was the orange juice. Now I see I forgot it's something they spraying in the air. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. So it says the fourth. Oh, the holy, holy, holy is for each set of their freaking wings. That's why they say it 3 times. Because they're seraphim. It's like the whole triple. Holy for each set of their wings. I thought it was just they was beating them. Oh, okay. I'm not drinking simply orange juice. I got something else. Yes. And he said he used to be able to see them before he sinned. Right? It says, the 5th hour is the praise of the waters that are above heaven. The 5th hour is the praise of the waters that are above heaven. And so I, together with the angels, used to hear The sound of the mighty waves. Now, could this be how fish was dropping out the sky? Because there's a lake above us. Because this didn't rain fish in a whole bunch of places. How'd they get up there? They don't have no wings. It's the rain fish on different parts of the planet. Raining fish, go look it up. I think it happened this year. Not from no 30,000, 20,000 feet in the air, they not flying. Y'all have had them fall in Arkansas several times. Okay. Tornadoes. What if it's not a tornado? And ain't no plane flew over. Okay, fine. Well, I'm just, Okay. It's always going to be backwards, Gilbert. It's always going to be backwards. Unless I'm showing you something, and it'll go back to being backwards. Okay. All right. Here we go, y'all. Come on. So it says, and so I, together with the angels, used to hear the sound of the mighty waves, a sign which would prompt them to lift a hymn of praise to the Creator. The sixth hour is the construction of the clouds and of the great fear which comes in the middle of the night. The seventh hour is the viewing of their powers while the waters are asleep. And at the hour the waters can be taken up, and the priest of God mixes them, with consecrated oil and anoints those who are afflicted, and they rest. The eighth hour is the sprouting up of the grass of the earth, while the dew descends from heaven. The ninth hour, and that's funny because grass grows overnight, and when you wake up in the morning, it's a blade. It's a drop of dew on every single blade of grass and tree everywhere. Everybody gets that one drop of dew. Everybody. Every piece of grass gets that one drop of dew in the morning. And it looks like a million. Like, I've laid down on the ground because I think it's the most beautiful thing when the sun is hitting it. So I've laid down. I got several pictures of the dew laying on each individual piece of, like, blade of grass. It's mind-blowing to me how he does that. It's beautiful. It is. I love that. I take a lot of pictures of that. Very close up. All right. All right. The ninth hour is the praise of the cherubim. The 10th hour is the praise of human beings. And the gate of heaven is opened, through which the prayers of all living things enter, and they worship and depart. And at that hour, whatever a man will ask of God is given to him, when the seraphim and the roosters beat their wings. The 11th hour. Now, what time do the roosters crow? Pretty much between what time and what time? 5 a.m., 5 to 6. 5 to 6 a.m. is when the roosters crow. Okay. Okay. Just before daybreak. Okay. How crazy is that everybody all around knows that, even though we're not all in the same place? Oh, okay. Ooh, ain't that what it said there? All right. Okay, it says, so in the ninth hour, the 10th hour is the praise of human beings, and the gate of heaven is open, through which all the prayers of all living things enter, and they worship and depart. And at that hour, whatever a man will ask of God, it is given to him, when the seraphim and the roosters beat their wings. The 11th hour, there is joy in all the earth, when the sun rises from paradise and shines forth upon creation. The 12th hour is the waiting for incense, and silence is imposed on all the ranks of the fire and winds, until all the priests burn incense to his divinity. And at that time, all the heavenly powers are dismissed, and that ends the hours of the night. And it's so funny because the Hebrews, their night starts at what, like sunset, 7 o'clock, and their day starts once the sun comes up. That's the beginning of their new day, right? 7 to 7, and then 7 to 7, right? Or around that area, right? Which matches up with this. That matches up with this. Because everything that I just read you is the hours of the night. When the crow was getting ready, the sun came up right after that. That's all the hours of the night, which was the first day, if you want to say that. Like in the Bible, night came first. So then he explains all that happens in the night, and then the day comes, and then the sun, and the birds chirping exactly. Everybody, all the birds is beating their wings and waking up and singing and stuff. It's all right though. And the birds start chirping when the sun is coming up, which is exactly what this says. Can you take a screenshot? You are, yes. And then we're going to read the hours of the day. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. You're welcome. Yep. Don't y'all think this stuff is interesting? Because we never even think about a lot of that stuff, like why, where, how. We just wake up and it just is. But God be wanting us to find out. He be wanting us to look into stuff deeper and don't just take everything at its surface value. Now, it's funny that God tells you to give you his first, the first of your day. Remember I told y'all that? And it said in the first hour of the day, or however, these last hours of the night, you start a new day. You're supposed to get up and thank God for waking you up, and thank God and start asking him for whatever. And see how stuff be lining up? Wake up and start your day. Say anything a man asks me, they gonna get it in this hour. And maybe that's why he tells us get up, and the first thing you need to think about is doing is talking to him. Wonder why. Okay, here we go. Yeah. And then I'm going to get off of here, y'all. Okay, so it says the first hour of the day is the petition of the heavenly ones. The second hour is the prayer of the angels. The third hour is the praise of the birds. The fourth hour is the praise of the beast. The fifth hour is the praise which is above heaven. The sixth hour is the praise of the cherubim who plead against the iniquity of our human nature. The seventh hour is the entry and exit from the presence of God, when the prayers of all living things enter and they worship and depart. The eighth hour is the praise of fire and of the waters. The ninth hour, when is high tide? And low tide. How does that work? I don't really know because I don't be around water like that. When is low tide and high tide? Or do those go with the moon and the sun coming up? Which is which? It depends on the moon. Mm. Mm. Okay. Mm. Okay. 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 I was just looking at something. All right. When they start making noise, when the waves start moving around a lot, and then you can hear them. It's so funny because people go at nighttime to listen to the waves. Wonder if that's because those waves necessarily mean that they are low as morning, high as night. Okay. You never know. All right. Maybe that's why so many people say it's peaceful, because maybe they don't even know at the time that they sitting there, they're listening to the water give praise to God, because everything gonna give praise. Everything that he created is gonna give him his praise. So it's crazy that there's different times for different things. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. um It says the seventh hour is the entry and the exit from the presence of God. We read that. Okay. The ninth hour is the entreaty of those angels who stand before the throne of majesty. The 10th hour of the day is the visitation of the waters, when the Spirit descends and broods upon the waters and upon all the fountains. And if the Spirit of the Lord did not descend and brood upon the waters and upon the fountains, human beings would be injured, and everyone the demons saw they would injure. And at that hour the waters are taken up, and the priest of God mixes them with the consecrated oil and anoints those who are afflicted, and they are restored and healed. The 11th hour is the exaltation and joy of the righteous. And the 12th hour, the hour of the evening, is the entreaty of the human beings for the gracious will of God, the Lord of all. So that will be what, 7 o'clock at night, roughly. See how those things people say, oh, it's not interesting, or oh, why do you need to know it? It's interesting to know. Makes you understand why the cock crows at between 4 and 6 in the morning. We just thought that's something they did, but it's people in here from all over the world, and everybody knows no matter where they at, the cock gonna crow between 4 and 6. Talks about it in here. We never knew why. We just thought they always did. I think it's interesting. Don't you? Don't you think that's interesting? No, daylight savings time is not from Lucifer. Go read the Astronomical Enoch, and you'll understand. It talks about the rotation and the years. Scientists did not come up with that stuff. I promise y'all, they didn't. They didn't. If you go read Enoch, it tells you about all the stars they swearing up and down they done just found. If you go search the bird people in Africa, they say they come from Sirius B. They've been telling people they came from Sirius B forever. And scientists just found Sirius B like 20 years ago. Ain't that crazy? Have y'all looked up the bird people that live in Africa? And they said they came from Sirius B. Their ancestors came from Sirius B. Now, Tell me how Hathor's feet look and then go look at them people. Tell me how the Egyptian goddess Hathor looks and then go look. Tell me what her feet look like. Look at a picture of her feet and then go over there and look at the people in Africa that had. Yeah, go. Real quick, please. Look at the people in Africa that have the bird feet. Look up where they say they from and then go look at Hathor. I gotta pee. And tell me what you see. Tell me what you see. Tell me what you see. Mm-hmm. You are cool. Mm-hmm. I gotta go to the bathroom. We'll be back. But y'all go look up Hathor, the Egyptian goddess. Tell me what her feet look like, and then go look up the tribe that's alive right now in Africa, and they have bird feet. And tell me where they from. Well, I told y'all, but look it up. I know y'all not gonna like what I gotta say till here in a minute. Talking in 2 days. I'm gonna take off because I gotta give my throat a rest. My throat is starting to hurt so when I talk. No, Hathor has she's picked it with claw feet as a bird lady too. The ring in her feet. Vadoma people of Zimbabwe. So how is it that people are still now? Who remember where what's his name is? Jimmy J6. Isiana. He got a few names. He got five. He's in Kenya, which would have been considered ancient Mesopotamia. Fingers for now, each hand fully workable. Okay, still in what would have been considered ancient Mesopotamia, where the giants would have been at that time. The men of Gath had 6 fingers, the Bible said. And then we have these people that have bird feet, and everybody got them. They say that their lineage, the people, and they say it's a genetic disorder that makes their feet look like bird feet. And even ancient Hindu, how those people feet look, they have a being that have their feathers, but It has like human hands. I don't know any birds that have hands like that. What about you? You know any birds that have hands like that? I don't. So the Indian people have birds that have regular hands, and then the um, where did I put it? It's nowhere. I don't even know where I put it. It might already still be down here. Where did I put it? Human feet, human hands, wings, and a bird face. Human hands, human feet, wings, and bird face. Why does this bird have clothes on? And human hands and bird feet. I don't know. So they're in ancient Persia, and they were in ancient India, and they were in ancient Egypt. And we have a genetic disorder in humans called Seckel syndrome, which is bird syndrome. If you look up Seckel syndrome, it's aka bird syndrome, and it's a genetic disorder in humans. If you go looking back at all the old hieroglyphs in every race of people, they had bird folks. Right in our face, y'all. They told us they were masked. Seckel syndrome. I believe it's Seckel. And Seckel syndrome. Go look up what Seckel syndrome is. What's Google say Seckel syndrome is? The AKA for it, or the also known as Groove from Minions has Seckel syndrome. Groove, whatever his name is, he has Seckel syndrome. No, it should be SEC, not sickle. Seckel. Mm-mm. It says bird syndrome, Miss Tyra. When you look that up, it says bird syndrome. A lot of people have it. It's an actual genetic disorder that affects a lot of people right now. It's people you work with that got Seckel syndrome. And once you look at their face, you about to see it. Go look up pictures of Seckel syndrome, bird syndrome, human genetic disorder, and you about to be like, damn, I knew you look like. I'm going to start calling you old bird. I'm going to start calling you old bird. That's what I'm going to call you, old bird. Who is that, old bird? That's old bird, boy. They call me old bird. Uh-oh. Sorry. Okay, I ain't gonna say it. I'm sorry. See why you gotta be careful of your words? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. If I did. They have cognitive delay and deformities. So hold on, wait a minute. They call me old bird. It causes dwarfism too. Mm? A lot of people with Secco syndrome are little people. Really? Hmm. I told y'all all of the mythological gods line up to all of our genetic disorders. There were mer people, the marine, Mami Wada them, the marine folks. We have a genetic disorder called cyridomelia, aka mermaid syndrome, where the legs fuse together and the feet go out. I don't have one. Yeah. So an easy way to trace, it's real. I had surgery to straighten my legs. Wow. Microcephaly. Wow, that's one of my kiddos' diagnosis. Small head, small brain growth. Jolanda, listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, listen, the double rows of teeth, 2 wombs, extra fingers and toes, abnormal hair growths, abnormal bone growths, all of these things is because something was introduced into the human genome in the seventh generation from Adam in the days of Jared. You can read that in the book of Jasher. I think it's the ninth chapter, eighth or ninth chapter. It talks about how they started mixing all the species, miscegenation, and God was pissed. They started mixing frogs with humans, reptiles, all the birds, all the animals of the field. And this is how we have the woman in India that's growing horns out her head right now, subcutaneous horns. A lot of people have horns removed at birth. What book? What do you mean, what book? Yep, vestigial tails. There's a lot of people walking around in your job right now that you don't even know was born with a tail. Some of them didn't get them removed, and some of them get them removed and they grow back. The book of Jasher. Go look up vestigial tails real quick on humans. I think it's Vestigal or something like that. Vestigial tails. We got any nurses and doctors in here that help perform cosmetic surgeries to remove that stuff? You work a surgery assistant, anything? Vestigial tails. Thank you. Yes, go look that up. It's right there above you, Copper Sand. Good night. Psychopia. That's right. Yep. So all of hypertrichosis is werewolf syndrome. So a lot of our genetic disorders are named after the children of the fallen angels or the beings that the humanoids that they created. What book is it referenced in the Bible? All you gotta do is look up all the wars they was fighting, or Genesis 6 tells you right there that all flesh had corrupted itself and God was pissed about it. That's why the flood had to happen. Because they could fly. So that's why he flooded the earth to 33,000 feet of water, which is 3,000 feet above the highest peak, because he didn't want them to be able to rest down on the highest peaks because it was beings that could fly. So he flooded it. You ain't gonna rest nowhere. You literally were born with 12 fingers, and your mom too. Do you know? You should look up Stanford Pines. Stanford Pines, look. He probably live now. Let's see if he's live. Newly released. How many now? 7. Palm size when you be having 6 fingers. He lives in Kenya. He was just in my live on like Saturday or Sunday. Listen till the story of the Nephilim is found in the Listen. The story of the Nephilim is found in the Hebrew Bible, specifically in the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verses 1-4. In ancient times, before the Great Flood, it is said that the sons of God, interpreted by some as angels or divine beings, the story of the Nephilim is found. It's like someone picked you out of the sky. Maybe I made you for a reason, and I can't put. Nobody can do this. I can't put in shows what happened to a woman. What is the benefits of being a... Thank you, Queen. And everybody called me crazy last year when I told them this stuff is real. And now, a year later, we got to get somebody to come in. I wish it wasn't playing no sound. I don't own no rights to that song. This is for educational purposes only. He's alive, living right now in Kenya. And if you go to the Bible, the men of Gath had 6 fingers and 6 toes, 12 fingers, 12 toes, 24 in all. But you gotta know where to look. You gotta know where to look. Right in the Bible. 6-fingered men in 2 Samuel 21 and 20. In still another battle which took place at Gath, there was a huge man with 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot, 24 in all. He was the descendants of Rapha, the Rephaim, the Rephite king Og. Another wartime passage tells of Og, the last Rephite king. You mean this Og that we reading out of his book, where the giant siblings was? I mean, where y'all Game of Thrones people, this same Og that's the son of the Rephaim? You mean this one, where he talks about he was in 100,000 giant war with Nimrod, who God calls a mighty hunter? Because he hired, the kingdom of Og hired the dragon siblings. Oh, and they had white hair and blue eyes in 100,000 giant war, in the Titan war. You said I have no idea of how I got here, but I'm glad I did. I'm happy you came too. So this is all biblical, honey. So y'all Game of Thrones, this is where they got it from. The 100,000 giant war of King Og, who was a Rephaim, a giant, and they had 6 fingers and 6 toes. And they fought against Nimrod, who the Bible calls the mighty hunter. All of this was before the flood, wasn't it? It was. It was before the flood. And it talks about this, all the giants, what they look like, what their names are. Y'all know, like Gargantua? Or Gantua? See there? Gantua, from the cold lands of elsewhere. Gantua, who wrestled mightily with the great beast in the blood pits of Baal. Gantua, who called down fire. Oh, Gantua. Like Gargantua and Pentagrul. Like Gargantua and Pentagrul. The whole story about the giants and where they came from. Game of Thrones is based off of the 100,000 giant war. Now, if I open this book up, right here, in the front here, it says, when I go and it starts talking about the genealogy, come on. All right, page 7. What comes up in this book that's not supposed to be real is something that's very interesting. Let's look here. Right there, when I told you the rulers of the world used to be these people, see this? It says, would to God that everyone had a certain knowledge of his genealogy from Noah's ark to the present age. I think there are many among the emperors, kings, dukes, and princes and popes of this world whose ancestors were mere peddlers and pardons and firewood. And on the contrary, there are many almshouse beggars, poor and suffering. Right? Who are descended from the blood and lineage of the great kings and emperors. So the people that's the beggars and the poor people is really the descendants of these guys. And the people that's the emperors and the popes and all of that now used to be beggars. But okay, my daddy said that was going to happen. So here we go. Here we go. So it says right here, who are descended from the blood and lineage of great kings, emperors, who seems likely enough we consider the amazing transfers of crowns and empires. And I told y'all the empires, they was important because it matches up with the book of Kings. It matches up with the book of Kings. It do. It match right on up. But what does it say here? Y'all see that right there? Y'all see it right there? We're going to read it. What's it say there? It says, from the Assyrians to the Medes, from the Medes to the Persians, from the Persians to the Macedonians, and from the Macedonians to the Romans. So from the Assyrians, it had to go through all of these people to get to the Romans. This is why I told y'all. What's it say up here? From the Romans to the Greeks, and from the Greeks to the French. And if I go and I grab my book that is about language, that's up here, right here, this one is a book about language, and it's old and stinky, but I'm going to show you something. Did I pass it? Probably CERCA. It might be the page that's marked, and I'm just going to be raggedy and not look at it first. Is it? Nope, it's not. Hold on. I need to mark it so I don't have to look for it every single time. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Where are you? I'm getting close. The Phoenicians, Armenians, the Sabaeans, the Hellenistic, and this is where the Armenian, Hebrew, Syriac, Mongolian, Arabic, and all of these other ones. And then Sabian is the Ethiopics and the Indians. Now, that makes sense to me. Hellenistic is the Greek, Latin, Russian, and Coptic. Boom. Amharic, Pali, Nagari, Dravidian, and then here. So this is how language went. And for those of you that don't believe, that's okay. Because in that big old green book down there, it says that in 14 something BCE, a Phoenician person, Cadmus, took the 15 Phoenician letters over to Greece. And this is how we got our English, Celtic, Russian, like all of that. That's how they got their runes. It's from Phoenicia in 14 something. Yeah. It's in that big green book right here. This is why it tells you that the what's the name is based off of. Anytime you see anything Greek about the Greek gods, it's actually about the Assyrian and Babylonian kings. I turned right to it. Thanks, Dad. Where this little purple thing is on this side. See right there? Cadmus is said to have brought the 15 Phoenician letters to Greece in 1493. They gradually changed in form till they became the ground letters for the European and American alphabet. Oh, shoot. Right there. What started it? I was raised, my grandmother, I come from a long line of pastors and preachers, but I also was reading very early and nobody could answer the questions that I had, like, where's the book of Jasher if it's listed in here? So I started getting put out of church because I was questioning them about stuff and they didn't like it. It made them look crazy, like now. So then, it started when I was younger, but really, my late 20s. Mm-hmm. Did I really pull out a Tartarian size book? Well, I do have a book on Tartaria. Few books, actually. But, and then we also have a book. Where is it? Y'all. Oh, it's down here. Who lived in Kandahar? Who lived in Kandahar? Anybody know what the army found in Kandahar in 2015? Giants. Giants. The history and legacy of Afghanistan's oldest cities. Giants. Yeah. Guess where else they lived? I'm going to show you one other book if we can find it. Just to prove what we were saying was true. You see that? This used to be Land. Like Uruk. 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 Used to be spelled like this. This is the original spelling for Iraq. Uruk. And people in Iraq still say that right now. They say Iraq. Not Iraq. They say Uruk. Right? Uruk. No. Nineveh, giants. Babylon, giants. So the Babylonians and the Akkadians were all giants. Right? This is where Noah was at. Abraham had to go into A lot of people had to go into from the Bible, right? Now, look at that. What's that say there? Ireland used to be Land. Of the Chaldees. Just like we just read that the Greeks was really about the Assyrian and Babylonian kings. When you read about that, when you read about the Greek gods, you was really reading about the Assyrian and Babylonian kings. And then right here it say that Ireland used to be land, just like Iraq. IR used to be UR. Uruk, Iraq. Ireland. They changed the UR to IR so you wouldn't know where to look. Was that no for who? I haven't said no to anything. The red-haired freckle giants from Ireland, Ireland. Just like Jotun, that's mentioned in Norse mythology. Jotun or Jotun, he's mentioned in here too. In the Thousand Giant War. I don't have a Sefer. I have a lot of other books. Nope. Oh, what is falling? Something is falling. Is it wrong if you use your 10% on a murder? If you're keeping it for yourself, yeah. If you use it to get it for somebody else, no. You can't keep your ties. You can't use your ties for yourself, or you're just doing the same thing. You have to give them away. I don't know for sure. Yeah, I don't know all the answers. That's why it says seek and you shall find. I'm just dropping the seeds. Y'all gotta go looking for the other stuff. Especially if you've been buying your books, Mr. Odell. So I'm about to go. I love y'all. I love everybody. I'm about to go get in my bed. Find me something to eat. And I hope y'all enjoy class again today, even though I said I wasn't booking up nothing damn book, and I still end up doing it. Yeah. Anybody learn anything today? Can y'all please not tell me what to do? I get it that y'all be wanting me to get in my emails, but y'all don't know how many emails I have to read a day. I hear you. But I don't ever take days off. So I will get to the emails when I get to them. I will. I love y'all. But I'll get to them when I get to them. Because I work a lot. And my eyes are already giving me problems. So no, I'm not going to be reading no emails. Because I just said I'm about to take 2 days off. Because my eyes have been bothering me and my throat. Yeah. I love y'all. So I don't know if you guys are going to see me tomorrow because my throat has been hurting a lot. And I know it's because I've been doing a lot of talking over 10 hours a day. So I love y'all. I'm going to rest tomorrow. Take my time and just chill out. Okay? I love y'all. What's tomorrow? The Friday? I might come on tomorrow night. But not the day. Okay? I just need to stop talking. I just need to stop talking, and I need to quit picking up books, and I need to just lay down and do nothing. Play my video game. Play Harry Potter all day. That's what I need to do. I need to not work. That's what I need to do. I love y'all. I'll see y'all probably maybe tomorrow night, if not Saturday morning.